This is a show about relationships made for the weirdos, introverts, and artists who love people, conversation, and learning to embrace who they are instead of molding to what the normies want from you. Let's begin the show.
I forgot how good that felt. Hi, everybody. My name's Anthony Recenello. Welcome back to the most simpy, non-alpha show. Look, I don't have any muscles. Look at this. This is fucking embarrassing. There's nothing there, man. I have a body fat of like 33%. I am nowhere near touching. I'm not even at the level of Joe Rogan's balls. Oh, I don't have the nipple length. I don't have the protruding the protruding innards. I'm just a lowly beta. And so are you if you're watching this. And let's be proud of ourselves. That we're all betas, all genders, all species. We come together. And we're here to celebrate, baby. Back to the show twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. I'm so happy. I see everybody in the chat. I miss you. I like you. There's going to be some new people, I think. I mean, tell me in the chat right now if this is your first time here at the live show. That would be really fun to see. I got my A cup. My girlfriend got me this. I wouldn't get a cup that just says A on it. I'm not like a fucking Marvel villain. So yeah, I wanted to do I was going to like make a full episode just absolutely wrecking that podcast Fresh and Fit and Fresh, whatever they are, the two bozos. And I was putting together all of the videos that I was going to react to. If anybody doesn't know, let me show you Fresh and Shit. Where are they here? Oh, wow. Wait, hold on. It looks like yeah, this should work. Where is it? It's not popping up. That should work. There we go, baby. Hi. So, where is it? Let's search Fresh and Fit podcast. Hey, Julie's here first time. Natalia's here first time. Melena's here first time. Hell yeah, I'm so happy. So I was going to make just a video just absolutely wrecking these guys.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, so multiple people. Okay, explain
Multiple
that real
religions.
Quick. So your
right?
dad was Muslim and
My parents were Muslim.
So basically they just make a podcast for like little boys that are angry at women and want to feel good about women. I don't know. And so there's a podcast of guys that don't like women where they pay women to come on and then they just basically shit on them. And they've had a lot of controversy over the past month, as expected. So basically what happens...
crying because she couldn't take the heat.
all right. So Nina, go ahead, and then I'm gonna answer the point.
Okay.
Go ahead, Nina, and then I'll.
I've tried bringing on girls that are, quote unquote smart. They're lawyers or they have a certain position of power that, with a high IQ for a certain company. And first of all, they can't come on because of their work. It doesn't.
They can get fired.
They can get fired. And second of all, they're feminist and they think the same exact way as any dumb bimbo would think.
Yeah.
So There's really not that big of a difference.
So they kind of invite, they also just kind of like invite kind of, they invite women that would subject themselves to that shit. And I mean, there's a ton I could talk about. And as I was like putting all the videos together, I was like, oh, I'm really not in the mood to talk about these people. Like, this is just stressful. Like, constantly working to talk against very, very obvious stuff. Anyway, I just thought it would be more fun. Why don't we talk about fun stuff, baby? Why don't we cover fun things? And then also have you guys on. I'm going to check to see if anybody's in the Zoom room right now. By the way, if you're not in the Zoom room and you do want to be in the Zoom, we got 2 people in there. We have Daniel and we have Maya, and you guys will be coming up soon. And so if anybody does want to come in the Zoom room, and you have a couple options. If you have the textual, and we're going to do this new segment. If you have the textual healing course that I sell. Look, I have a little pimple. I think my head's got some pimples. If you got the textual healing course that I sell, I'm going to ask you guys to come up, ask me anything about online dating. You can even show me screenshots of conversations you've had, and I'll help you out. I'll help you out with your profile, whatever. Also, we have a thing called dating stories. If you guys have any fun dating stories you want to talk about, or if you want to ask me questions about them, I'm game. Let's hear them. Also, if you've been here before, we got a little thing called a mock dates, and I will bring you guys up and I'll put you guys on fake dates with each other, and you could just practice going on a date. It's really fun. It's no pressure. No, you're not supposed to do well. You're supposed to do badly. It's all just for learning experiences. And I'll be there to hold your hand, walk you through it, give you some tips along the way. Yeah. And then if anybody wants to ask me any questions too, jump in the Zoom room. In the link in the description, there's a way to sign up, and then you'll get an email immediately with the link to get in the Zoom room. Before, I was just like posting the Zoom link everywhere, and that wasn't good. Because people started just randomly jumping into it, strangers. Gilana says, I almost wrote you yesterday on Instagram to ask when the podcast was coming back, and then I see you're back tonight. Hell yeah. Marcus says, not only do they invite certain women on their show, they also take away their phones, so when Fresh and Fit bring out BS statistics, they have no way to research to counter. Wow. Yeah. I mean, it's so hard to talk to people that have such a bias that they don't even realize they have a bias in terms of relationships and dating. I'm sure like everybody sees it in terms of politics. The other side, it feels like they have such a strong bias, and they're blinded by their bias where they only cherry pick things that work to their bias. And they're so passionate about it that they don't even realize they have the bias anymore. They just feel like it's facts and logic. It's sad. But all I do know is that it doesn't work. To be this whole alpha red pill thing, honestly, I just care about what works for me, what brings me in happy relationships with people. And it just ends up that I feel so much better when I give love to people. And they feel so much better. And it actually brings results. I'm kind of putting it all in a nutshell. There's much more to it than that. But anyway, let's move on to stuff, guys. So I want to talk about what was kind of happening to me over the break. I'm the type of person where it's like when I fall into a habit, it's very hard for me to get out of it. And so, what happened is over Christmas break, I went home to see my family. My little sister had a little baby, so I'm now an uncle. And, I was with my family for like 3 weeks. But what happens is when a Jersey Italian goes home for Christmas for 3 weeks, my whole schedule starts fucking up. And then I start eating like shit. And then I gain like 10, 15 pounds over the break. And then when I got back, I had to kind of slowly get myself out of it. Because I can't just jump back into a good schedule. I have to slowly get into it. But one thing that did happen that was really fun is that I decided to get all of my home videos from when I was a kid on VHS, and I'm trying to put them all on the internet. And so I made a YouTube channel, and I'm slowly putting home videos of my family and me on the internet. And I wanted to show you guys. That's so much more cute than like reacting to red pill misogynist piece of shit fuck faces. So here it is, Recenello family videos. And there's my little sister when she was like 3 years old. That's the logo. And then there's literally just home videos. Like this is me in 1990 apparently when I was 6 years old playing soccer. This is 89 when I came home for Christmas. I woke up for Christmas morning when we went to Pompano Beach. This is me singing Moni Moni when I was a kid from Billy Idol. So basically the story is we were at this like fair and in New Jersey, and there was like this So yeah, I kind of love the idea of just like taking all my old VHSs from my family and then putting it on YouTube so it could stay there forever. That's nice. I got a haircut. The long hair was just getting annoying. It keeps coming out when it's long haired. And then I got dandruff, and then it's just hot and heavy, and I don't know. I just needed a break from it. I've had long hair for like so many years. So I thought just, we'll see what happens. Who knows if I'll get a haircut again in the next year. I'll probably just grow it out. So that's Recenello family videos. What else did I want to do? Oh, yeah. Betas is almost monetized, baby. So check it out. I finally got past 1,000 subscribers. So clappy, clap, clappies. We're at 1,900. We're almost at 2,000. Because I basically just like told people on my YouTube videos to go on to the podcast. So I wonder if people are here because I told them on the Tom Daya, whatever. So, There are less than 300 watch hours left before this channel gets monetized, baby. And so when that happens, I'll be able to do like memberships and do like cool different like opportunities for the members. And so I'm really excited about that. So I'm pretty sure by the end of this week, we'll probably be able to get monetized, and that'll be so exciting. Yeah, Marcus, actually, you're right. Thank you for reminding me. That song probably is going to demonetize this, or I mean, I don't have monetization right now, but like it might take the video down or something like that, but I could just cut it out later. Yeah. So let's see how many people are in the Zoom actually right now. We got 3. We got Marcus. We got Maya. We got Daniel. Before you guys jump in, let's talk about, what was I going to do? I'm in a new browser, so I have to like learn to use that browser. I just want to remind everybody here that's new that, I have a Reddit, and on this Reddit, you are able to post stuff. If you want me to like talk about anything on the podcast, if you want me to talk about anything on my main channel, that's fine too. If you want to post memes, if you want to post videos, anything, use it. It is in the description of this video that you're watching right now. You can click on it and you could join it. And if you even want to do like a little bookmark, you hit Command D, and then you could bookmark it so you could come here some often. And look, we have some fun little, memes. What's up, Dans? Let's see what else we got going here. So that's it for about now. I want to bring some people up and say hi. I have some stuff I want to like look at and react to, but I think it'd just be more fun if I brought people up for Zoom calls. So let's get into that right now. I think it was Daniel that was here first. Let's see how we can do this. Hello, Daniel? Oh, wait, I have to have him start video. See, I need a producer, y'all. I don't know what's going on. His video. Oh, there. What's up? Oh, I think his sound doesn't work now. I can't hear you. Can you hear me? Daniel, can you hear me? Give me thumbs up or thumbs down. Daniel can't hear me. Oh, wait. Now he's connecting to audio. Daniel, it did not work. Daniel, it did not work. This is fun. Daniel's gone. This is so fun. All right, Daniel, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put you back in the waiting room for now. And we're going to bring in the beautiful, the amazing Maya, my friend. Yo. Uh-oh. Maya just went away. Maya.
Oh, wait.
Yay! There you
Hello.
are. What's going on?
Wait, sorry. You're playing.
Mute me on your stream and keep me on. So the problem is you're not going to be able to see me on Zoom because I'm streaming on the stream. So mute me on the stream that you're watching, right?
Okay.
And then just keep the sound on the Zoom, But if you want to watch my face or whatever's going
Yeah.
on the stream, you watch the stream. Kind of annoying. I tried to fix this and like make you be able to see the stream on the Zoom, but it just like I'm not smart enough. Wow, this pimple's getting big.
Hey, I have a pimple patch. We're in it
Really?
together.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I haven't had pimples since I was like in high school.
Well, that's good for you. I continue having pimples and I'm in my 20s, so
So does my girlfriend. I mean, it's not a big deal. It's just interesting.
yeah.
So how are you?
I'm doing great. I'm so excited that you're live streaming and I actually made it this time.
Hell yeah. Have you watched before?
I haven't watched your live stream, but I sent you an email. I'm like a big fan. It's not even
Really?
closeted at this point, but yes, I'm such a big fan.
Yo, let's pull up this email.
I sent you an email. I think because I chatted you in your Tom and Zendaya reaction. And I was like, I follow your advice. And so you were like, come on a live stream.
Oh, wow. I think I might remember that. Okay, so you emailed me. And
I did.
okay, so what's your email? Are you Solavi? No.
No.
What is your last name? Oh no, what's your
Just for
email?
the
Don't
world.
tell me your last name. Tell me your email.
Okay. It's
Wait. Yeah.
MCOWAN.
Yeah. Oh. At
Yeah.
Gmail?
At Chapman. So much information.
Yo, I can't. It's not coming up anyway. I don't think I.
Okay.
Oh wait, no. Sophia? No.
No.
Okay, I don't.
Maya, remember?
When did you email me this? Did I respond to you?
No, you didn't.
Oh, well, that's probably why. Oh, maybe you went in my spam.
Oh no, maybe.
How long was the email?
In my humble opinion, it wasn't too long. It was, I don't know, maybe like a paragraph.
Next time, just DM me.
Okay,
I'll
that's the
definitely
thing.
get
I don't have any social media.
Oh wow, what's the reason
Not
for that?
anymore. Well, I don't think it's great. Well, it's not great for your mental health. And
That's true.
yeah.
I
would just
deleted
rather-
TikTok a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
That's progress.
Yes, it is progress, but I feel like for what you do, you kind of have to have.
I know. I downloaded it again today.
Oh, TikTok?
Yeah, but that's because I'm like trying to post stuff on TikTok, so I have to have it.
Sorry, I got distracted by the chat. I can't imagine how you do both.
I don't know if I do. So what's up?
Yeah. So, let's see. I have been just like going on dates for fun, and I feel like I've used so much of your advice. It's insane. Like being a 20-something-year-old without like my parents were just not great examples of what dating should look like, and they were divorced, so they were dating when I was growing up. But we're both just so like secretive about the whole process that I didn't get anything from it. And so I feel like I've had your YouTube videos holding my hand while going into these new experiences, and it's been super helpful because one, I think I already know like the kind of people that I get along with best and the kind of people that I don't. But it's so hard to find romantic interests that I want to spend time with beyond like a first date.
Got it. So like you don't get attracted to people that easily, but you could have like chemistry with people.
Yeah. But I'm like not in the market for a bestie, and I feel like that's all I find.
Very interesting. Thank you, by the way. I really appreciate all the kind words you said. It makes me feel really good. Because honestly, and another reason I have this podcast is just because it's like I love talking to you guys. It's so weird to it feels like there really is like a wall, like a separation. Like I make the videos and then there's comments and numbers and that's really it. But to be able to talk to you is really awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're welcome.
So have you ever been in a serious relationship before?
Yes, I was in a serious relationship in high school and then a little bit into college for 3 years.
And how old are you now?
I'm 22.
Okay. So did you just graduate?
I just graduated, yeah.
Cool. And where do you live?
I live in San Francisco.
Oh, whoa. Okay. And so what do you do now?
I work for the school district and I help children who have developmental disorders and I meet their emotional needs.
Wow.
And yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I mean, there's just certain personalities that are really, really great at that. And so I admire that about you.
Thank you.
Okay. So when was the last person that you kind of dated for more than a first date and that you actually were attracted to?
Probably over the summer. I was seeing someone for like a month and then it was like his emotional capacity wasn't like expansive enough, I guess. I don't know how to put it. We just like weren't a great fit towards the end, but
Yeah.
it felt like there was like this block where we couldn't bond emotionally. And I told him that. I don't know like why it had to be such a thing, but it was because I'm just a communicator.
Yeah.
And then yeah, after that it was like it's kind of it's been kind of hard. Then I was seeing a guy for like about a month, and I don't know, his sense of humor would go too far and I felt like I was always having to tell him that, and I was like, I shouldn't have to be telling him that all the time like this early on, so I just kind of called it quits. But that's like how a lot of it goes. It's like in my friend group, I feel like, I don't know, I'm like known for calling it quits a lot with romantic.
All right. But those two guys you were attracted to?
The first guy I definitely was, and then the guy after that, it was like the more I got to know him, I feel like the less attracted to him I became.
But there was a spark.
Yeah.
Because like what you're telling me is that like after a first date there's usually not a spark.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And what was it about those two that gave the initial spark?
I think their non-judgmentalness, like their openness, and then also just like a physical attraction.
Non-judgmentalness, openness, okay. By the way, your hair is dope, dude.
Thank you. I'm looking at a photo of your hair because I don't see you on the stream.
Oh yeah, that's not my hair
like,
anymore.
It's like one piece falling in front of your face perfectly. So love the compliment.
Yeah, but yours is too right now. Look at it. Did you plan this? Wait, did you plan this look?
Yeah, I did. I looked at this photo and then I styled my hair before coming on.
Give the face too. Damn, that was a good Zoolander face.
That's what I got.
All right.
Oh my gosh, thank you, Marcus the Woo. I appreciate that. Okay.
Oh yeah, I saw it too. Marcus says that. I keep looking at her hair. It's very pretty. Okay, so are these online dates?
Yes.
Okay, and so how many dates have you been on in the past, I don't know, like 6 months? Ballpark, you don't have to give me exact.
Just all dates, like not
first dates.
Sorry,
dates. First dates.
Yes, but like just online dates or like total?
Oh, yeah, just online dates.
Just online dates, 9.
Okay, in this past 6 months.
Yeah.
Okay. And then what about how are you meeting these people that you meet, that you go on first dates with outside of online dating?
One of them was a guy from college that asked, he was like my best friend's cousin. I always found him cute. He asked her for my number, and then I don't know, I guess chickened out and Facebook messaged me instead because that's the only social media I do have.
Okay.
And then I bullied him for not sending me a text, and then he texted me. And we went out and I had a great time, but it seemed like the interest or like his effort really fell off after the first date. So that was that. And then before then, it was like another mutual friend asked me out on a date after I saw him at a New Year's party. But I just got friend vibes again. So
Okay.
I didn't
All right.
agree to any.
So basically 2 non-online dates.
Yeah.
So like 8. Oh, no. 11 dates in the past 6 months. First dates.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot.
No, I mean, that sounds like a little.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. I mean, I recommend people to go on as many first dates as possible.
Well, that don't have a full-time job.
Yeah. I mean, what do you do when you get home? You got to eat dinner, right?
Like regulate my emotions.
Okay. All right. No, I mean, I'm not saying it's a little. I'm just saying that like it's a good number. It's fine.
Okay.
What I'm trying to do is I'm like slowly kind of digging until I try to find something. So when you go on these first dates with these people, I'm guessing you're attracted from the pictures.
Yeah.
Okay. So then you meet them, and are they less attractive physically? Like the first second you see them, are they less attractive physically? Or are you going, ooh, looks good, but he says really offensive jokes? And then you're like, eh.
Yeah, usually it's like I get the ick after finding out more about their personality.
Okay. But so we could get the physical out of the way and say like, generally these guys are attractive physically to you.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes if I'm having a good conversation and I'm not initially attracted to the person, if it's like a really good conversation, then I'll still go on a date.
Wait, what conversation is this?
Like a conversation. I've used your tactic to have a phone conversation.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
And do you do that every time?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're fine on the phone.
Seemingly.
And then when you meet them, they look good, but then they start making like racist jokes.
Not racist jokes, but yeah, jokes that I'm like, we don't have the same sense of humor, or thank you, Sydney. Yes, the ick is so real. Yeah.
Okay. If you could try to find the trend for like what is happening where you like don't get attracted to them during the date, what is that?
Just like a lack of presence.
Are they not confident?
I think that's a little bit harder to spot rather than just kind of noticing overall. It seems like they're not super present.
Present as in terms of like engaged with you, having like a really engaging conversation, like they're kind of in their head, or they're like thinking about something else. They're nervous.
Exactly, yeah. Like in their head.
Got it. And are you a intimidating person?
I don't think so.
You don't seem like it.
Not
that that's a bad thing. I think intimidating's pretty awesome too, but just wondering.
Right.
Okay. All right. I think Have you FaceTimed them before the date?
No, I have not done that.
Okay. I mean, just to get started, I think the first thing I would say is start now FaceTiming, because to me, it seems like you're pretty purposeful and kind of fearless and like, I don't give a shit. Let's get on FaceTime. Is that true? Or would you get anxious on a FaceTime?
I think I'd get anxious on a FaceTime, but I would I would try it.
Yeah. Everybody has their level, and it's like, I don't need to force anybody to, I just do what you can. But in terms of like the way I go about things, I'm always thinking about like efficiency. Like, I don't want anybody going on a date after date after date and then are just wasted dates. And it's like, so how do I get these more efficient? Well, it's like, well, sometimes people are more confident when there's no visuals and they could just talk on the phone and they feel more anonymous and they feel more confident. But then when they meet in person and you're staring at them and they feel being stared at, they kind of shut down and kind of go inside. They've been playing video games for 48 hours in the past few days, and that's all that. But like, that's why I'm saying maybe a FaceTime to start would give you more clues on how they really act. Because like I said, I just don't want you to be wasting your time. The other thing I would say is maybe you should be a little more, just a little more focused on filtering out the wrong guys before you go on the date, in terms of like what type of person you're interested in. So like maybe if you met extroverts, they'd be a little more engaged and present when you meet them.
Yeah.
And so like those are usually people that are interested in physical things, adventure, I don't know, like playing like basketball or something. What are your interests, by the way?
Yeah. Those are typically things that I look for, like people that are adventurous, funny, seemingly extroverted. Yeah, my interests are anywhere from like hiking, running, to like writing poetry and traveling.
Nice.
They're like all across the board things. So it can be kind of hard finding people who also have like varied interests that aren't just like binge drinking on the weekends.
Yeah, I get it. Especially at 22. Like, I mean, when people are younger, they're more likely to drink because it's now legal for them. So it's something easier to do. I get that. Now, by the way, did you get textual healing course?
I didn't. I love the promo, but I will.
No biggie. Okay, so the reason why I ask is because a lot of that course is also focused on putting out your lifestyle in the apps, in your profile, and then looking for their lifestyle in their photos as well. And being really particular about who these people are outside of just their looks, and if they have a nice, like a charming little cute chat with you in the chat. Because like certain personality types tend to be a little more extroverted. Certain personality types tend to be a little more introverted. And whatever mixture of that you're attracted to, you want to be able to know, not be sure of it, but like you want to have a good idea of who you're meeting beforehand. And so like, how they say like an ounce of prep is better than a pound of cure, or an ounce of prevention or something is better than a pound of cure. It's like the more prep you do, the easier the date is going to be. So many people go on bad dates just because they see somebody they think is good looking. They go on the date and then it's just constantly bad, because it's just, you're literally at the mercy of an app just giving you random humans with nice faces. Yeah. And so you want to be able to do your due diligence because the app's not going to do it for you. And so looking at their lifestyle is really big, but also making sure that you show them your lifestyle. You know, like, is there a picture of you, like, you know, wrapped up in a book in a little nook at a cafe reading poetry or something like that? Is there a picture of you, I don't know, on a trail run? Is there a picture of you traveling in Ibiza or something? I don't know. What does your profile look like?
It's me on the shoulders of one of my friends at a concert, and then let's see, it's me with visiting my friends in Boston.
Nice.
Wearing a cute little outfit, and then skydiving.
Good.
And then a photo of a painting that I painted.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. That's great.
Thank you.
Is it clear that it's your painting?
Yeah, I mean, the prompt is one of my special talents.
Nice. Awesome. Is this Hinge?
This is Hinge, yeah.
Cool.
Also, I love INFP. Oh my gosh. I'm an ENFP.
Nice. Me too. Okay.
That makes sense.
So, yeah, that would be the first biggest thing, is like, really make sure. I want you to be pretty sure that the person that you're about to meet is somebody good. Here's another thing, and I'm telling you this stuff because I did this stuff. You're allowed to have more than one phone call. You're allowed to have 2 phone calls or 3 phone calls with somebody before you meet them. Because again, it's your time, and you know, you got to get all done up. You're going out, and it's, you know, it's not only time and effort, but it's that emotional feeling afterwards when it didn't work out, where it's like, ugh, you know, like nobody likes that over and over and over again. And online dating is the best at giving that to you. So in terms of online dating, yeah, you want to make sure. The other thing is, now that, you know, you can go out and be more active with strangers, is get into some communities. Like, are you part of any communities?
Yeah. I joined a running club.
Oh, hell yeah.
For a little bit. Thanks. And I met, you know, some friends and then I joined a poetry club, which was great.
Wow. Okay. And how are those going?
I just feel like I'm getting more information that's telling me that I'm picky.
Are they not attractive at these clubs? Physically?
I wouldn't say so. Yeah.
Yeah. They're not physically attractive.
Yeah.
So, okay. You're doing great, and you're like super duper on the right track where most people are not. What is important about kind of joining communities and all of that type of stuff is the exploration period. And so it's like, of course, if you're in a running club because the actual club helps you run, that's great. But if it's also for social reasons, I want you to be picky about that too. So like, go to a community and be like, yeah, like no hot guys here and no, you know, nobody that I'd want to make friends with or anything like that. Then just move on, find something else. So everybody is going to get into that exploration period. It's kind of like when everybody first goes to college. They're all trying out friends for the first month. And then after that first month, they kind of set in and find who they kind of are with. Have you had that experience? And it's going to be the same thing after college too. So it's like, you're going to have to do that work of saying, maybe I should try this. Maybe I should try this. And then after a month or 2 of trying all these little silly places, you're going to find like 1 or 2 that are just so great, and that you'll have a ton of friends there. And those friends have hot friends that want to introduce you to, you know. And so it's like when you find those places, then you stick to them and then you'll stay. But yeah, it's like you're in the middle right now of that journey, but don't think that it's like, oh, this isn't working, you know. Just keep exploring with different communities and stuff like that. What about on the date? What is happening on the date? Like when you go on the date, are you doing all the talking? Are they doing a lot of talking? How does it work?
I feel like it's usually pretty split unless I've decided at the beginning that there's no initial attraction. Then I'm like, okay, I'll just be here and just have fun for me. Mm-hmm. And then and then I guess after, if I check out, like my interest checks out, then it'll be like more like they're talking than I am. Yeah.
All right. Now, do these guys, it's men, right?
Yeah.
Let's say they're not engaged, but do they match your interests still? Like, are they physical? Are they going out and doing fun things that you're interested in?
Yeah.
Okay, so they are, but they're just not engaged with you.
Yeah.
They can't keep up conversation. Like you
can. It sounds funny when you put it like that. I don't know. Yeah, it seems like, not super
well, I mean,
engaged.
You do live in San Francisco. Like, isn't it all tech guys there? Aren't they staring at computers all day long coding?
Okay, I'm not going out with tech guys if I can help it.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
But there are a lot of tech guys. Okay. You're right. And I think it's hard because there's like still a heavy drinking culture, and I'm not looking for someone that's like in that drinking culture unless they're like like a special case and they're just also somehow.
That's not their personality type.
Yeah.
Their personality is not getting drunk on the weekend.
Right. Yeah.
Got it. Interesting. Very interesting. I'd love to have you on an episode of First Date and watch you on a date.
Oh my God, fun.
That would be so fun.
I would love that.
Yeah. Because I would be able to really get to watch it.
And tell me what I'm doing wrong.
Yeah. Do you have any other questions for me? No, not what you're doing wrong, by the way.
I gotcha. No, that's really it. I appreciate your time. I appreciate everything you're spreading on YouTube. I feel like you're the only one.
Oh, thank you so much.
And I hope you blow up. Yeah.
Do you want to go on a date right now? It's going to be a fake date.
After talking about how picky I am, I feel like it'd be so awkward if I say yes.
Well, here's the thing. It won't be real. It's just a practice date.
I have to say no. Thank you.
That's fine. It was so awesome meeting you. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much, Anthony.
Will you come on here again and maybe give me an update after you've had a couple more dates?
Yeah, I'd love to. I'll do that.
Awesome. Great. I'm going to bring in some other people, but I hope to see you in the comments in here in the live chat too.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Anthony.
Awesome. Great meeting you. Bye-bye. All right, so we're going to bring in Marcus the Woo. And let's see if it works.
The Woo.
Hello?
Hello. Hello.
Oh, this is awkward.
How are you?
Hello.
Can you hear me now?
Mute me on the stream. I can't
But
see.
here's the thing. When I mute you on the stream, I can't. Wait, can you start talking?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, now I can hear you. Okay. So, it's been a while.
I know.
I'm actually going to go on.
How you doing?
Bit.
Yo, you have a BB-8.
I do actually have two. I have the real size BB-8. That's the head it's charging. And I have this one.
Oh, hell yeah. That's so great.
I don't
So
know
how
what
are
it
you?
was. Okay. I am fine. It's funny. I wanted to echo the last caller. I forgot her name, sorry. But
Maya?
she is right. I do love your work. It's so positive and okay, I don't know if you got this from our last conversation, just the two of us, but I'm one of those people who doesn't like the idea of dating, just like, can we just be in a
Of course.
relationship?
Now I remember. Yeah, totally. I
Okay,
totally remember.
good. But like the advice you gave me, it actually made the prospect sound fun. And it's like, I like your message and your positivity and how much care you take with speaking with people.
Thank you so much. I love hearing
You're
that.
welcome.
Because I don't get it. I don't get these compliments. I don't get compliments. So when I hear them, it makes me feel so good. No, I don't. I really don't.
Okay.
Like I said, I just put out the videos. That's all. I just put out videos and then I make another video. So it's great to hear you guys talk like that. It makes me feel really good. So what's up? How you doing?
I have a random question.
Okay.
If it's too much, please let me know and I will.
All right. I will.
I will withdraw. So I was kind of also like the last caller, but basically in not having a lot of good examples of relationships growing up.
Yeah.
And then reading about them between people, it doesn't seem. So I am older. I'm almost 40.
I'm almost 40.
Yeah, we're the same age.
Oh, nice.
With, because you said you were 6 in 1990. Anyway, so with that, my impression is like dating with people who are older, like me and up, it's more like for practical reasons. Like,
okay.
I need someone to, I'm just used to someone being there, or like,
yeah.
I'm,
well, it's both. It's not just for practical. It's not like they just need to wipe your butt and then that's it. There should be emotional, cuteness and love and kissy, Really? You don't think so?
It's just the impression I get. It's just like, I'm used to someone being there, or just like, I have all these kids, or like, I'm used to splitting rent, or like, and even, or maybe I'm just negative, but even like those articles where people are getting married when they're 90 or 80, it's like, love can happen at any age, but it's just like,
it can.
It comes off to me as like, I'm just tired of being alone or something. And and as someone who does it, I'm just like, do you find that it's like with the more positive, it's not just practical, or is it harder to find a relationship where it's not just practical as you get older?
I don't even think that that's true. I mean, but that's just from what I've seen. I don't think people are just meeting each other and getting in relationships for practical reasons, for butt wiping reasons, and that's it. I mean, you take out the trash. Oh, thanks. I'll do the dishes. Like, I don't think that's, we could watch this show together and I won't feel like I'm watching shows alone. Like, that's definitely important as hell. I mean, as we get older, we keep in touch with less friends, people having families. So there's less people to like stay in touch with and stuff. So it's definitely important to have a partner of your own. But I don't think that people are just kind of doing contractual type of things. Like, I think there definitely needs to be attraction there and chemistry at the very least. and having fun and laughter and hugs and kisses and all that stuff.
Thank you. Oh.
What?
Sorry, it seemed to be the delay. I thought you started talking again. But thank you. So like I said, I haven't had a lot. All the examples of relationships, especially older, is like not good. And like literally that's all I saw. It's so it's like I'm trying to like take up your advice that you told me last time, which I was so cool. I got only time I ever got excited making a dating profile. But then I was like, literally. But then I was like, oh, putting all that work in just for someone to be like, not appreciate it, you know?
Yeah. Well, a lot of people aren't going to appreciate it. A lot of people don't appreciate me when I was single. The headspace kind of has to shift. I think the reason why so many people get stressed out about dating is because of it's only for the end goal. And so when that happens, it feels like it feels stressful the whole time. But like if you go into it just saying like, let me first just focus on enjoying myself with new people and meeting new people and having fun and learning about relationships in a positive way, and breaking down old like perspectives that were maybe negative and relearning how to get into relationships again in a positive way, where I go, oh wow, these people are really caring and nice and sweet, and I didn't even know that. We may not get into a relationship, but that was nice. The worst part about online dating is the whole matching system. It's horrible. Nobody likes it. It feels like crap. Even people at the top, like 1% of dating profiles, it's still not enjoyable because they still have to go on a ton of crappy dates. But for the people that aren't in the 1% of dating profiles, it stinks working really hard on our profile and then putting it up, and then, people aren't as excited about it as we thought. That really stinks. But with online dating, that is the one part of the drudgery that you just kind of got to get through. But that's also why I wouldn't recommend online dating as like the most efficient, best way to meet people. Like I 100% believe the best way to meet people is through like-minded communities, going into places where you're going to meet people that like stuff that you like. And that is the easiest way. What's up?
Sorry, I was saying, but I don't know if you remember from the last time we talked. I'm sure you don't, but it's not. Yeah, so if I wanted to, I would have to do online dating. You would have to do what? Online dating if I wanted to. Yeah. Date. Why? Why can't you do the other thing? Oh, I don't want to get on it because what I told you is just you and I, but it's just like, yeah, it would have to be online dating. Oh wait, is this the first time you're on video on live stream? Yo, that's so funny because, you're right. The first time I saw you was when we were not live streaming. Is that right? Right. I mean, no, we talked when you didn't put the video. Hell yeah. First of all, I just want to say like I admire your bravery for coming on and like putting your video on, because not a lot of people are able to do that. Like you are one of the few that wanted to do it today. So like, thank you so much for doing that too. Okay. So that is the drudgery of online dating, and the best way to get over it is just to keep testing your profile pictures, try to keep improving them. And, like we discussed in the past, like you don't have to be, like selling some sort of like sexy, like persona of you in order to make that successful, but you do have to be putting out
some sort of intriguing side of you, like stuff that, and that's when we got into talking about like, all right, well, what would you like to attract? Like what would you be excited to see in a profile? Like, like put that out for people. But even after that, there is just going to be some sort of, kind of like improvement of your profile that you want to do, where you go, okay, this is not working, so let me try some other stuff. Let me try some other stuff. Let me try some other stuff. Kind of like when I was talking with Maya, and I was saying like with communities, you know, if you're in some communities right now that are kind of boring, try some other stuff. There's always going to be that first place where it's just exploring, trying out new things until it works. Then when it starts working and you go, oh, wow, actually this profile is attracting the type of people I like. That's when you could start focusing on, okay, well, now let me focus on getting good dates. And so it might just be a matter of, listen, you may have profile pictures or dating app pictures that you think are great, but it might not be the ones that people want to see from you yet. And so it's like you kind of want to have to find that balance. And I'm like that too, where it's like, well, I just want to put what I like. Like, why can't I just put out what I like and that be done with it? But, well, I learned through, like throwing myself into the lion's den every day, throughout my 20s and early 30s of dating, is that like, if I just threw whatever I wanted out in there, then yeah, I'm being myself and I'm being me as much as possible, but I may not be packaging that well. And so I realized it's like, okay, I have to be me, but package it well. And in my case, that was social skills. So it's like when I would be meeting people at bars and parties, it's like I couldn't just be the weird wacko that I am and just kind of a bull in the china shop, knocking things over everywhere I go. I have to actually like know how to present my weirdness and wackiness in a way that is going to like be more understandable and like enjoyable for people that I was meeting. And then once I learned how to do that, that's when like the ball really started getting rolling. And so I'm just assuming that might be where you need to start really working on it, is saying, okay, like I need to take this awesome ball of me and keep figuring out how to present that to the world on these dating apps in a way that's going to get them intrigued just as much as I am intrigued. I feel like you're the type of person like me where like we really do like who we are. Is that true?
Yeah.
It's like, it's not that we don't like who we are, but it's like, well, if I like myself so much, like, why do I have to change? It's not changing really.
Yeah. Sorry.
What? No, go speak.
No, because that was the block, because I was like coming to terms like, I love the way I look. I love I really love my personality and stuff. But like, I like what you said about how to present it to people, because I love my personality, but I know it can be a little much for people, especially when I'm really passionate about things and like it really like, oh, you saw me on the mock date when I just started screaming about my sexual awakening.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So it's like, and then I'm like, okay, I understand that, and I'm okay with that would not be most people's cups of tea, but I like the way you said it, like framing it in a way that's more, because I'm like, I don't want to change. I like myself. Yeah. It took me 37 years to become this person. You know?
Exactly. Again, it's how you deliver it. And I just want you to keep like, and this was my kind of growth too, where it's like, Anthony, like I have to think about how they're perceiving it. And so it's like, I know myself super well. So when I say this thing that I think is so funny, if they don't understand what the hell I'm talking about, I shouldn't go, why don't they like it? Well, it's because I have this weird context to why I'm interested in saying this in this way. But if I don't bring them in and kind of give them like an introduction to me, they're not going to get it. And so it's the same thing with like anything, any way you present yourself. And we're talking about online dating profile. So if they see a picture of you and you go, that's me, baby. That's, I know every little thing about that picture. That's blah, blah, blah. But if somebody sees it with zero context, they might go, I don't get this. What is going on here? And I actually remember now your pictures, and I was saying the same thing to you. I was going, what is this? And you're going, oh no, this is this, this is this, this is this. And I go, well, I didn't know any of that. I thought you were just, walking around, blah, 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 like this. And so you have to give people, we have to, people like you and me, we have to keep remembering that people are not inside our heads. So they don't know what we're thinking and what we're expressing. So we kind of have to you kind of have to be a marketer of yourself. And that's why with companies and with entrepreneurs, they go, oh, I have this amazing product and it's so cool and it's so amazing. And they don't know how to sell it. They have to hire a marketer to go, okay, let's see how we could bring this out to the world where they can understand it. And that's social skills. And that's why I loved social skills, because when I was a kid, I was nuts. Like when I started making friends in like 7th and 8th grade, like friends that I thought were like cool, they would tell me, they were like, my mom, after you came over last week, they were like, my mom said, how's Anthony? Is he okay? Is he all right? Because they only remember me when I was in like 1st grade, in kindergarten, and 2nd grade, when I was just a psychopath, like when I was just nuts. And it was because like I was slowly learning like social skills. And then even then, like into my early 20s, I still didn't have the best social skills. I was a pro at being myself. But to be able to package that, that's all social skills. And so like, I just want to keep reminding you that like, you're allowed to be exactly who you are. It's the marketing department that says, well, how do I take exactly this and present it in a way where people could understand it and say, oh, I get it. Am I making sense?
Yes.
I feel like people that are watching right now, they might think like I'm kind of speaking vaguely, but it's because we've already spoken in depth before.
Yes. So thank you for respecting that. But I think the main point is pretty clear. Yes, Friday the 13th for the Lord of Darkness. And so see, Anthony, this is why I non-creepily adore you, is because I started this with a depressing question. And then you're like, no. And then instead of like invalidating my viewpoint, you just added in another level. Yeah. And then now I'm excited. Where's my camera? And now I'm excited about making a dating profile again. You are a brilliant man.
Oh, good. I'm glad. But no, I do not want you to think about relationships that way. We're like, oh, as we get older, as we get into our 40s, it's just for practical reasons. Because it's not. It is for practical reasons. I mean, that's the difference between being 18 or 21 for some people when they're just learning to get into relationships. And more of the purpose of relationships is more just to kind of learn people, learn ourselves, learn how to be in a relationship, and like kind of test the waters. But then as we get older, yeah, obviously the practical reasons are super big. Our compatibility, like, are we, like, when we're alone together, like, are we compatible? But that's not only it. There has to obviously be so much more. So it's both.
Thank you so much. So that was my only question.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay. See you soon. Boy. Okay. And we have Melena, who's been waiting patiently.
Hello.
Yo, what's up?
Yo. Nothing. Okay, so I mute. Which one do I mute?
Mute the stream.
Nothing. Okay, so I mute. Which one do I mute? Nothing. Okay, so I mute. Which one?
How many streams are happening? I feel like you're looking at 3 different screens right now. Which one do I mute? Mute the stream. Mute the YouTube stream. Right now. Which one do I mute? Mute the stream. Mute the YouTube stream.
Okay. I think I'm good.
Okay.
I think I'm good.
Awesome. So, like, basically what you want to do is you want to look at the YouTube stream, but you want to listen to the Zoom. Cool?
Uh-huh.
So, like, you're not going to be able to see me on Zoom because I'm streaming right now on YouTube.
Uh-huh.
But I'm talking to you on Zoom.
Okay.
Cool?
Just as a heads up,
yeah.
I have dogs, and they're in the background. I have a 3-month-old puppy.
Oh, that's awesome.
Right. He's adorable. His name is Marlo. It's really cute. But we're still working on behavioral things. Film noir? Why?
Well, Marlo, like Philip Marlowe is like a classic film noir character.
That's really cool. And I wish I could be like, yeah, absolutely, because I'm super cool like that and know that. The truth is, I just held the puppy in my lap as we were driving him home and was like, you tell me your name.
Whoa. No, he said Marlo?
Exactly.
Dude.
No, I was just like, I feel like Marlo is the way to go, you know? Like I'm getting that vibe.
It is a great name.
So that's how I named. Yeah.
Actually, I mean, that's a good name for a human too.
Right? He's hey, excuse you. 1 moment.
Yes. No rush.
Okay, we're gonna try this.
I think we'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Let's just act like they're not there.
Okay. Bro.
Oh my god.
Okay, see, I have 2. One's 6, the other one's 3 months. The 6-year-old is like, bro, I'm done playing for the day.
Yeah.
I've had enough. And Marlo's like, I'm on my 2nd win.
Whoa. So Kay is the one that's going, is that Kay?
Yeah, that's Leo.
Oh, I heard you say Kay.
That's Leo.
Leah. Okay. All right. Well, let's just get through it. Let's soldier through it. What's going on? How are you?
I'm
How
great.
do I say your name, by the way?
It's pronounced Milena.
Milena. What's up?
Yeah. So I was here for the mock date because I thought that was really cool. I found your channel because I'm a really big Zendaya stan, and I watched your Tom Daya video, and that's why. And yeah, that's how I found this. That's how I'm here.
Okay, so nobody else is in the Zoom right now, but I'm sure somebody's going to want to go on a mock date with you. So I'm going to put the link in right now. And if anybody wants to go on a mock date with Milena, then
bring the dogs up.
Jump in, y'all. Hold on.
Yeah. So
1 second. Let's see. All right, I just posted it. I'm sure somebody's going to jump in. So tell me about yourself as we're waiting.
I'm recently 21.
Hell
I am. Yeah.
Congrats.
Thank you. I'm in process of transferring colleges. So I'm waiting to hear back.
And where do you live?
Right now I'm in Washington State.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm looking at colleges, or I'm waiting to hear back from them. I was recently in a car accident about 7 months ago.
Yeah.
So I've had to take the, excuse you. Thank you. I had to take like the whole year off, and
wow.
yeah.
Are you all
so
right?
Yeah, I fractured my C6 and C5 vertebra.
Oh my God.
And had to have a spinal fusion. So I have this like gnarly scar. I don't know if you can see it on camera.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I was in a brace for like 3 months and then physical therapy for like another 4. So.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you're okay and that you're good and now you're going to a new college.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm gonna let him in and see if maybe.
Yeah, let him in.
Yeah. Hey, bud. Hey, kiddo. Come on in. They want to see you. I saw comments that said they want to see you.
Yeah, bring him on.
Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here.
Ooh. Oh, that's good.
Here you go. Look, look, look. Look, look, look.
That's a fluffy baby.
Look at him. Okay, down we go, down we go, down we go. Oh. Here you go, here you go. Yeah, good boy. Yeah, so, oh my God. Yeah, so I pretty much am recovered for that. So that's great. Yeah, so my life is kind of in stasis. I'm just kind of chilling at home until I figure out where I get to go to school and all of that. So
cool. Nice. And what's your major?
Okay, so I'm probably gonna have to change it when I transfer. Sit. Thank you. When I transfer, but it's probably gonna be environmental studies with some sort of like public policy, either a dual major or a minor in conjunction with it, because I think I want to do environmental policy and work in like environmental justice.
Oh, that's so great. And so I mean, I know why I do, but what's your reason for being such a Zendaya stan?
Oh my gosh. Like, what is there not to love? Okay. First of all, like extremely talented. Okay. She sings, she dances, she acts, she can model. She also is super involved in her community. She supports artists, both of like fine arts and just artists in her community. She gives back to her community. She's an activist. She's so like, she just supports her co-stars. She supports her family. She's really involved with like, I think it's her niece, which is super cute. And I don't know. She's just fun. Yeah. She's just a lot of fun. So.
Yeah. I mean, I think those are all the reasons. I think so too. And also, yeah, just her personality. She's just so good with people. Really charming. Yeah. She's awesome. You know, nobody has jumped in. You know what? I think I am going to go out on a limb here and say that people are intimidated of going on a mock date with you, Melina.
It's okay. I promise I'm really nice. Hi.
Yeah. Meanwhile, do you have any questions for me?
I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of new to dating. I didn't really date in high school. I had like one boyfriend. It kind of lasted for a while and then ended. And then recently, what was it? It was like last spring or something. I kind of had this situationship with this guy. That didn't really go very well, but I don't know, like, yeah, I don't know. When in high school, I wasn't super interested in dating. And then I got to college and I was like, yeah, if it happens, it happens, I guess. Like, whatever. But I think the idea of like connecting with someone, going on a date, like those things are fun. It kind of makes you evaluate, who are you and what do you want, but also like lets you connect with another person, which I think is awesome. And I don't know. So I saw this and you were like, we do mock dates. We talk about all of this. We talk about people and how we connect. And I thought, cool, I want to do that.
And it's funny because usually when I stream, it's most people are coming on because they want to go on mock dates. And for some reason tonight, we're just, we're empty. But you know what? The last person do you remember Marcus the Woo that was just on here that I was just talking to? She would like to go on a mock date with you. Would you like to do that?
Sure, yeah.
All right, sure. All right. Hold on one second, guys. I'm setting it up.
Am I on? Oh. Hello. So since it's a mock date, do I have to like show more cleavage?
If you want. It's totally up to you. So what's up? So, wait, are you guys able to see each other, by the way?
I can see.
Great.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, obviously, and I do this every time before, just so everyone knows, obviously this is just for fun. It's not real. It's supposed to be stupid. It's supposed to be silly. We're all here just to play around and meet new people and practice conversation skills, which is why I love this stuff. You know, I love conversation and learning about it. And so, you know, I'll be here on the side. I'll jump in every now and then to just, you know, talk about the conversation and all that type of stuff. But I'll leave it up to you guys. You could introduce each other, introduce yourselves, and just, you know, act like, I don't know. You could even decide what context you guys are meeting and what this is. I mean, it's all just for fun. So go for it, guys.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi.
Okay. How about here is imagine. We just hooked up via a mutual friend, blind date. We sat down at the restaurant.
Okay. Blind date at a restaurant, correct?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Okay, I just want to make sure I heard you over Marlo because he's an attention hog, but we love him.
Okay. So,
Hi.
hello.
Hi.
I'm Marcus. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Really good to see you here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Friend X told me so much about you. She said we would get along great.
Yeah, same here. Yeah, my friend Martina, she just, you know, she said that we would get along, and you know, if she thinks so, I trust her judgment, I guess.
She's such a good friend. I forgot her name. Yes, Martina.
Of course, of course.
So I hear you're in college. That's nice. What are you studying?
Yeah, so I'm looking at environmental studies and with a public policy kind of adjacent because I want to do environmental policy and work in environmental justice.
Environmental justice, like I know this what those each of those words mean separately. What does that mean exactly or look like for you together?
Yeah, well, first of all, I think it'd be really cool to kind of reconsider the way that we structure our societies. You know, right now that they're very car-based, first of all, a lot of our cities are developed car-based instead of people-based. And so if we developed our cities and built them in a way that were people surrounded, not only could it be more eco-friendly and thus more sustainable to human life, but also incorporate more human connection. And so I think that would be a really interesting thing to work in policy. And when it comes to environmental justice, a lot of the marginalized people groups face more risk of being exposed to hazardous materials, for example, like or also like those kind of communities have less access to fresh produce. Those have less access to just the resources that are necessary for human life. And if we can reconsider the way that we are building our societies, we can make it better for all people. And that's kind of what I'm interested in.
So what would be some of the differences between a people focused versus car focused? Because I'm interested in this because weird factoid, I never learned how to drive. So I walked there, so I'm curious about this.
Yeah, so people-driven cities or people-centered cities, they do have more like sidewalks, they have more walking. A lot of the parking is can be more in the center of the street so that when community events go on, those cars can be moved. And now you have a giant area instead of just like a street with with one of those guards with some trees. Now you have an area that you could set up tables, you can set up live music, and you can reach out to your community. You can make it more of a public center. And it is more walkable. It is safer for pedestrians. And and it also encourages walking, which is also like another sustainable step forward into living a life without relying on fossil fuels.
So this might be after 10 years in the field question. I know like this isn't a gotcha question, but just a natural follow on. Since there is more economic incentive to have more car focused approach to community and less economic incentive to build people or community focused, because that's basically free areas for people to congregate and that's actually being taken away. I actually read an interesting post about like libraries are the only places now that people can just be without expecting to spend money. So I really think your idea is interesting, but this sounds like I'm asking a politician, but like how in your classes, I don't know if it's talked about in your classes, but how would you, like, especially in policy, combat that is like there's so much money for it to be individualistic, everyone buy their own things, you pay to spend time at places and car based. So like, is there talk about how, or have you given thought to how to fight that drive?
So the question is based on like the economic drive of the car industry, which is huge in America, which is a great question. First of all, the car industry is huge in America, but worldwide, that's not necessarily true. So I think it's important to remember that if we take a global look, we can actually find a lot of solutions. Also, these kind of building communities also allow small businesses to go to those kind of community centers to promote their business, to sell their products. And so now you're not only, there's more economic possibility, because now you have multiple businesses other than just major car industries involved. You have small businesses, and that also pours back into the community and back into your local economy. And so a lot of times, if we kind of like break it down and really see that we're supporting smaller businesses, we can actually make some more of those economic things, which actually end up impacting you more on an individual base than going to an economic process to a big business.
That's super interesting. So international. So do you have an idea of what your perfect, like, have you seen an example or any examples of like perfect people-centered cities that you've seen internationally?
Oh gosh, that's a great question.
Hold on, let's take a quick break for
Okay.
All right. First of all,
I know it feels like an interview, but this is really interesting. I'm sorry. I'm a bad dater.
Hold on. You guys are, first of all, freaking geniuses. I had no idea you guys were both interested in this. This is awesome. And so well spoken, both of you. I love it. It's so awesome to hear like really interesting intellectual conversation happening. Now I want you guys to move into personal. So find that segue, right? So here's the great part about it is you guys could talk about this. Let me talk about it this way. If you guys decide you were interested in each other, you could talk about this for hours and hours and hours, you know, when you meet again and again, right? But the first time meeting somebody, you want to kind of cover a lot of ground and kind of see all of the different ways that you can connect with this person. And so what often happens is when two people meet, they may get on a topic that they're really both interested in and they both relate to, and they'll stay on that topic the entire time. And then they'll end the conversation and it'll be like, oh, that was a really great conversation. And then that's all it was. And it's like, oh, okay, well, we really had a good chat about that. And so what you guys want to be aware of when you're meeting somebody for the first time is saying, okay, well, like, let me make sure I'm covering ground with the different places that I can connect with this person. So the first thing that I would suggest is saying, holy crap, like we both are interested in this. So let's talk about like why, right? So for me, I'm like super intrigued with why, especially Milena, is interested in this stuff. How you got into this. So I would go in that direction. So Take it away, guys.
That was my next question, though.
Okay, go.
Okay. So that's really interesting. How did you get into this?
Well, I guess it's kind of combining all of the things, all of my values, all of the things that I find valuable, which is a lot of like I value people, I value connections, I value the environment because it's our home, and I value listening to other voices, listening to people who have answers, really digging into what makes us human and why do we do the things that we do and how can we do them better. A lot of times I've found in my life that people are like, oh, well, that's how we've always done it. Why have we always done it that way? And why is it necessary to keep doing it that way? And so I kind of just wanted to focus on things that help people. And I wanted to just think about things that helped people and that made our lives better and easier and that made it more fulfilling. I find a lot of people, I'm 21, and a lot of times where I'm like, oh, that was difficult. A lot of people older than me go like, well, you have not seen the worst of it. It only gets worse. And I'm like, that's super depressing. I'm 21. I don't want that. And so if we can make life more fulfilling, why not?
So this might seem like a weird question.
Wait, hold up. Hmm? I want you to go into now your interest on what she said.
Oh,
so talk about yourself.
So I wouldn't. Oh, that wouldn't occur to me to just. Okay, so. So that's interesting because, I am into basically. The reason I'm so interested in when you speak is because I am interested in big ideas and connecting the dots and basically studying people or like sociology, anthropology. My BA was in history. My master's was in intercultural and international communication. Okay.
My bad. Keep going. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. There's a delay, so I only saw you. There's probably a delay after you step down. So the idea of basically taking big ideas from different fields of study and putting them together to answer big questions on the human experience. That's why, even though I'm not into environmental, but like the idea of big questions on how do we help people and how do we understand people. So that's why I'm so interested in what you're saying. And I think that's really fascinating. And that's why I wanted to ask another deeper question. So the idea of these, because the questions you're asking are hard. And I don't mean in the, idealistic, young, hard questions. They seem to have real thought and weight to they do have real thought and weight to them. And these are hard questions where you already see some of the negative. And so I was wondering if there was anything that sparked to actually, instead of having this vague curiosity of how to help people or how other people think, what sparked it to get, because there gets to a point where it becomes uncomfortable and you have to put in real work. And it seems like you've gotten past that. So was there something that happened or like some way you thought that helped get over that spark? Does that question make sense?
Yeah. Gosh. So my dad lives with chronic pain, and he, for a really long time, could not get access to the care that he needed because for a lot of reasons. There was a lot of reasons. And I recently had a medical injury, and it was about 7 months ago, and we just paid the last bill. And we wouldn't have been able to do that without insurance. I'm so grateful that we had it. But that's not the case for so many people. And my dad has worked every single day of his life since he was 14 or 12 or something like that. I don't remember when he started his first time job, but and he has worked every day, and his body hurts all the time now. And a lot of people say, well, if you just pull yourself up by your bootstraps, if you just work really hard, if you just do that, you'll be fine. You'll be better. At the end of your life, things will be better. And yeah, things are better than when my dad was growing up, but he struggled and struggled and struggled to get the kind of healthcare that he needed. He tried and tried and tried. And the average income for a family, they have to choose between buying new shoes or groceries, or they have to decide between practical things for their life. And I lived like that when I was younger. It was like, okay, well, we're going to pay these bills and these bills and these bills, but that means we're not going to do this or this or this. And it was that kind of experience that was like, there are real solutions here and they're not being provided.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that with me. Sorry if it got too serious, and I'm sorry about your dad, but I'm glad he's doing better. You seem to do it.
Yeah.
Well, and so I brought us down. So in penance, I will ask any questions, answer any questions you have.
No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Well, I've talked a lot, so now I want to know more about you. What's one of your values that you hold most dear? Like, what's something that's super important to you?
Have you ever read Jane Eyre?
Yes, I actually just finished the audiobook like 2 months ago.
So the heroine, even though she, in her moment of choice, when after she found out Mr. Rochester was in fact married, and it was the low point for her because she had just found belonging, she just found love that she was looking for her whole life. And she was basically speaking to an angel, but it was her conscience. Mm-hmm. And it was her fears and everything. And she was speaking to this angel, and she was like, he's in pain, I should go comfort him. The angel was like, no, it's wrong. And when she said, but who will love me? Who will value me? And the angel said, I will do it myself. And that's when that's basically that line. She found the strength to just basically tear herself away from the only place she felt valued and loved and go out on her own. And that the idea of doing the right thing not for applause, not for recognition, and people will still probably might even dislike you for it because everyone has their own way of viewing things. But in your core, having that strength just to do the right thing, even when no one was looking or it hurts you, that really struck with me. So that, I think, yes.
Wow, thanks for sharing that.
I think that's
I don't know. I think that's really honorable to recognize that like hard decisions have to be made, and knowing that sometimes it may be hard for you, but it's right for you at the same time. And I think what's also beautiful is when you reminded me of that scene, it was also like, you were saying like the angel's actually her conscience. And so when she said like, who will love me but me, like who's going to love me? And the angel said me. Like, that's also like choosing yourself. That's about like appreciating yourself. That's about loving yourself and like honoring yourself, even when your environment feels like it's more comfortable. And I don't know. I thought that was really, I don't know. I loved your insight, and I thought that was great. So.
Thank you. Yeah, it's just the idea of like, even if everything in her world is crumbling down, everyone in his issues, like she will have her values and she will be there for herself. And I love it.
That's awesome.
Wow. Let's stop there, guys. That was amazing. I loved listening to you guys talk about that. And it's funny that you just listened to the audiobook Jane Eyre a couple months ago, and that was cool. Tell me, both take turns telling me your thoughts about, the conversation.
Okay. I don't know. It was probably one of the best conversations I've had in a long time. So yeah.
Really great.
Awesome.
But yeah, and that was like, and I saw some comments even like after you gave your direction, Anthony, that it still felt like an interview, but I really liked the conversation. I felt like I was getting to know her. I don't know if from your perspective we were doing better, or like just getting to know. And I would love to talk, like if this were a real date, I would love to talk to her again, or like just to, even if it wasn't a date, just to get to know, like I want a 2,000 word essay on like environmental justice from you, just like forward me like any of your college papers. But I would love to keep talking to her, and she seems like a really great girl with a high EQ, high IQ, really pretty. And I was just like, I would be like, I have to see her again.
The reason why I wasn't trying to push you too far away from asking her more questions is because I do know that when two people are interested in a specific topic and they have more of an understanding about it than others, it's natural for them to kind of talk shop in that way. And it's exciting, and that's what, they're passionate about. So it's okay. So in this instance, that was a good thing to do. But just for people watching, I want everyone to always be aware. And that, like when we were talking earlier, Marcus, and I was saying, like, I had to learn social skills. I know me, I like me, and I'm happy with me. But it's like, how am I packaging myself and delivering it to people? It's like, whenever I'm talking to somebody, there's always the back of my head going, okay, am I talking too much? Or have I asked too many questions? And I'm always focusing on, like, I want to keep it 50-50, because I know that balance is always going to bring the most harmony in a conversation, and always bring the most potential for a connection. And so that's why, I wanted to say, all right, I want you to talk about yourself, because even though it was a really great conversation, I noticed I didn't hear much about how you felt about it. And so that might be another thing also for you, where you go, well, inside, I know how I feel about it, but it's like, I need to remember, it's like, oh, this person doesn't know that I know about this or how I feel about it. So like, always be just like aware. It's like, am I balancing this in a 50-50 way in order to like make it even better? But aside from that, like, you guys were amazing. And I just loved listening to you. It was awesome. Any other comments?
Thank you for saying, like, having 50-50 and being aware of your saying, because I was doing exactly what you were saying. Like, I wasn't thinking how it was coming across, because I was just leaning into my interest. Like, I totally was getting like, oh, I need to also, because some people do like to be peppered with questions, other people don't. Like, I was just totally internally leading into my interest. So yes, thank you.
Awesome. And before you go, I just got a DM from somebody watching the stream, and he now would like to go on a mock date with Milena. Milena, would you like to go on another mock date?
Sure. I have nothing. I have nothing planned tonight. So.
All right. Cool. Cool. Well, we'll do that.
Oh, Marcus, thank you. Oh, okay. Thank you.
She just jumped out.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Well, thanks anyway. I had fun.
Awesome. Cool. All right. I'm gonna bring Michael.
Can I get my water bottle and let my dog out?
Yeah, totally.
Okay. Hi. Be right back. Marlo, honey, ciao. Come on.
What's up, Mikey?
What's up?
How are you?
I'm doing good. Can you hear me?
Yep. So I know that you over the weekend just went on some crazy what was it? A Spartan race?
Yeah, so I do Spartan racing.
Yeah. And I saw a video of you like throwing a spear and then running like many miles. Was that how'd it go?
It was good. It was fun. I'm very competitive, so I made some mistakes and got to work on some things, but overall, have fun.
Nice.
I enjoy it. So it's always a good time.
Cool. Did you see that movie? Oh, I forget. Honey, what was the movie called with Alex Honnold? Free. You know Alex Honnold, the climber.
Oh, Free Solo.
Free Solo. Did you see Free Solo? No.
I haven't.
Oh, okay. Free Solo is this movie about this mountain climber, Alex Honnold, and he climbs without a rope, and he climbed El Capitan in I forget what park, but anyway, he was just talking about how he was always focused on striving to be better, and that's just it reminded me of that. Anyway, it looks like Milena has returned.
Yes. Yes, I have.
And it seems
also,
pretty
I
quiet.
thought you guys would enjoy this.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know if you can tell, but my toilet paper now does this because Marlo got it, and it's all over my living room.
Nice. Nice. So you had to roll it back up.
Yeah.
That's cool. Nice. I'm glad you brought it out and showed us.
Yes, of course.
So this is Michael. And yeah, basically, Michael, you haven't been on a mock date before, though, right?
I have not.
This is your
This is my first time on the podcast. Yeah.
Okay, so before I, give it up to you guys, just as a reminder, it's not real, so there's no pressure. It's all for fun. I want you to mess up and say silly, stupid things because it's all for learning experiences and anybody watching. And right now, there's 16 people watching. And so it's not 16 million or 16,000 or 1,600. It's 16 people watching. And they're all here to just, learn and have a fun time. And they all are very excited, I'm sure, about, just watching you guys have a good time meeting each other. But that's about it. Do you have any questions before we go on?
No, I think I got it.
Cool. Yeah, so, it's just framed as you guys going on a date. Johnny set you guys up because he thought you would be good for each other. And you're sitting down at an Applebee's, but at the bar. And that's
Interesting.
it. Take it away.
Applebee's?
Yeah, Johnny suggested Applebee's. Yeah.
Who's Johnny's friend?
No, that's
not mine.
That's
my friend doesn't go to Applebee's.
It's you.
Johnny must be your friend, Michael. What kind of people are you hanging out with that suggest Applebee's for a first date?
I don't know about that, but no.
All right, so take it away, guys.
Hi.
Hey. Can you tell me how you say your name again?
Milena.
Yeah. Michael. Nice
Michael,
to meet you.
nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. So what's your drink of choice?
Drink of choice. Actually, I don't really drink that much, really.
There you go.
So
neither do I.
Just good old H2O for me.
Nice. Good. Hydrating. A hydrated body is always the best.
Hydrated, electrolytes, all that fun stuff.
Nice. What do you do for fun?
So job-wise, professionally, I do baking. So I have a passion for baking, for food. I went to culinary school for baking. And then also, besides baking, I'm also a competitive runner and Spartan racer. So I do a lot of running, trail running. So that's what I kind of do.
That's cool. Okay. So actually I just baked a cake the other day, like yesterday.
Cool. How'd it go?
I kind of accidentally overbaked them. It was a little, I put in like 3 circle pans into the oven and it said like for 2 8-inch pans, 30 minutes. So I was like, well, we'll just put it in for 15 and then we'll rearrange them. And then we'll put it in for like another 15. And since there's 3, it won't be overbaked. It'll be great. It wasn't great, it wasn't great. It was overbaked. And It was sad, but it's okay because it still kind of tastes good. I like it. It's chocolate with walnuts and has like a cherry raspberry filling with a buttercream. So, I mean,
the good thing is you could just put on a bunch of frosting and still taste good. Tastes all right.
Fine. Exactly. So yeah. So I wouldn't suggest selling my cake anywhere that you're selling yours, unless we want to like set up booths next to each other and they'll come to my booth and be like, ooh, that's not good. And they'll come to yours and yours will be even better by comparison.
I see. That works.
Yeah.
No, baking is definitely tough. It's you definitely need to work on it over time.
Yeah.
Even my family, like I did not inherit baking skills. Like my family cannot bake to save their lives, really. So it's kind of funny.
So you bring all of the desserts to all family meetings?
Yeah, or at least I'm supposed to. Sometimes I'm busy, so I don't bake. But yeah, I'm known for bringing cakes, desserts of all kinds.
Nice.
So
okay,
what do you?
Oh, sorry.
So what do you like to do in your free time?
I paint and draw. That's kind of my hobby of choice. I am in like a down season right now, so I'm not doing a whole lot, but I really enjoy rollerblading too when it's not like 2 feet of snow outside. And I like hiking and I like exploring new places. So I like going, when I move to a new city, I usually catch on their public transit and I just kind of get off on a stop that looks intriguing. And then I just kind of hang out and kind of figure out what's there.
So you would consider yourself adventurous?
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
So if you're a nature person, like, is there any places you would like to go, places to visit?
Oh, yes. Oh my gosh. Throw a dart at a map and I'll go there. That's kind of my philosophy. Places that I've kind of always wanted to go to. I would love to go to Japan. I would love to go to Greece, Italy. My dad went to Italy and to Spain and he has so many stories from it. And so I have to go. My sister was born in Cuba, so I want to go to Cuba. Yeah, like I said, throw a plate, like throw a dart at a map and I'll go. So
travel the world.
Yeah. Have you done any traveling?
Not that far out. I mean, I'm lucky enough, like I try to, at least with my races, like my running races, to like go places. So I went to Arizona a couple times. A nice trip I did last year was I went to San Francisco. San Francisco is pretty nice. Luckily, that race was a beautiful trail race, and it was clear skies, and I got to see I ran across the whole Golden Gate Bridge and saw the whole bay. It was really beautiful. So at least with my races, I do try to explore different places. So that's nice.
So you like those races are serious. Like that's a lot of training. That's a lot of dedication.
Yeah, I've bounced around different running things from trail running to obstacle course racing. But when it comes to training, I mean, I just enjoy the process. I enjoy just fitness from the sense, like it just makes me feel good. So I've always enjoyed, running and that kind of stuff.
Nice.
Definitely, definitely want to visit some the national parks. I haven't visited any, so definitely want to explore some more outdoor places as well.
What are on your top? Like the ones that you want to visit first.
Good question. I don't know. I really need to look into more like where I want to go. But yeah, I do want to be more adventurous and more like go new places, see new countries maybe. So we'll see. It's one of those things you have to plan, but I haven't planned anything yet.
I want to go to Yosemite and Glacier National Park.
That's a great one. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I also want to go to Banff National Park in Canada. I've seen pictures. It sounds lovely. It sounds gorgeous. So yeah, but I've been to the Olympia National Park That one's also a really great drive and a really pretty. That one's really great.
Is that Lake Tahoe?
No, Olympia is Washington. Washington
Oh,
State.
Washington. Okay.
Yeah. So it's like I think it's a natural rainforest. Obviously, like not palm trees because Washington, but yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, I definitely want to visit some national parks because it's beautiful. I mean, I definitely love trail running the most. Just getting up early, just sunrise runs are like kind of my thing. Just like I like being alone at the trail and just like run and just be at nature. It's really like peace. Like it's quiet. You don't have to deal with the chaos of life and the cars. It's just like secluded.
Yeah. Yeah, I enjoy that too. I take my dogs for a walk every day, and there's like a nice piece of just like park woodlands kind of place behind where I live, and it's always gorgeous. It's always really quiet, so I love that.
So what else?
All right, let's stop for a second. So this happens a lot on first date conversations. You guys will kind of cover the bases of what you guys are interested in. And then once you've done that, it's kind of like, all right, well, I don't know what to do now. And that happens a lot. And so the trick behind that is something called threading. And this is just the very most basic conversational skill that is so useful, but and so easy. So the way I want you to think of conversation is just like a ball of thread, and you pull on that thread, and that becomes another topic. But the cool thing about that thread is you could keep pulling the thread apart into other topics. And the way you want to be able to do that is by kind of, I always forget the phrase, but it's kind of like visual connections. So it doesn't even have to be directly related to what you were last talking about. It could just remind you, or it could just have a thought jump into your brain because of that. Like for instance, I could talk about baseball, and then I could think about Batman, because with baseball you hit balls with a bat. And so you could jump into different things that way so easily, and you'll never ever lose the conversation. So basically what you want to do is go, okay, well, what did we just talk about? And then in your head go, all right, well, what are a couple things that popped up in my head that I'm interested in? And then you just pick the thing that you're most interested in talking about. And you could either express yourself about it or ask a question about it. So, for instance, what was the last thing that you just talked about? I think, Michael, you were talking about the morning trail runs when nobody's around, right? And that was like such a beautiful visual that you did. And Milena, what did you say too? Did you say something after that?
I did. I mentioned that I take my dogs on a walk in the morning and also nature.
Great. Cool. So we have that right there, right? So let's start with you, Michael. From those things, what are 2 or 3 things that just popped into your head? They do not have to be related to nature. They could, but it could be things that you were talking about. Right? You were talking about traffic and being away from it, and being in a place where there's nobody and you could just be by yourself, right? She was talking about walking her dogs, right? So like, what are some things that just popped into your head, topics? Give me 2 or 3 real fast.
Kind of just like what you do or where you go to be like find peace.
Okay, 1. Give me another one.
Probably animals, because you brought up dogs.
Okay, but what else? What about animals is interesting to you? It doesn't have to be dogs.
I have cats too. Like they're also like a companion / something like that we cherish.
Okay, next.
Let me think.
Yeah.
Third one.
That's okay. This is an exercise for a reason. It's, you're strengthening that muscle.
Yeah.
He just left. No. So what's the third thing? Come on, you're losing her. She just left.
The pressure.
I want you to don't make it so serious. Make it very light.
Yeah.
So if you have, here's another rule about threading, and this is very important. If you have to think, then you're working too hard. It should be stupid. It should be simple. It should be easy. Okay?
I agree.
So the first two things you gave me were like really beautiful, heavy topics, and that's great. That's necessary. Yeah. But you also have to have a stupid topic. So give me one of those. Based on what you guys were just talking about.
I have an idea.
Yeah, Milena, go.
So he said mornings. My brain went, what's your morning routine? Like, nice. What do you do?
There you go. Cool. So by the way, let's jump to Milena. Give me two more quick topics. You said morning routines.
If you were a tree, what kind of tree would you be? Because we were talking about nature.
Beautiful.
And another one is, what's your favorite color? I realized that that's a little off-brand, but morning led me to like morning sunrise. Sunrise led me to color. Color led me to what's your favorite color.
That's exactly how it works. Perfect. Yeah. So now now you would have the topic. And so a lot of times people get overwhelmed with what do I do? And we always have to go back to how simple conversation is. There's only two things that you do in conversation. You either express yourself or you ask a question. And then you go, when you remember that, you go, oh, that's so easy. So I have the topics. So let me just express myself or ask a question. So Milena, you actually asked him a question. So I'll let you guys take it away. Do you remember? It was morning routine.
No. Oh, okay. So
but if you want to do one of the other two, you could do that too. One of the other three.
No, that's great. So you said you like running in the morning. What's your mornings look like? Like, what's your morning routine?
So actually I do work most mornings. So as a baker, I have to go in pretty early to bake all the bread. So I usually work at 5 a.m. So I get up at 4 a.m. to go to work. And then after that, usually eat, take a nap, and then usually do my running or workout for the day. But Saturdays, if I do have it off, I'll wake up early to go on a trail run in the morning before, like at sunrise when no one's really there.
Nice. So I'm assuming, correct me if I'm wrong, you prefer sunrises to sunsets?
Good question.
Thank you.
I mean, I think they're both great. I think there's something about like the sunrise. It's just like you're up before everyone. Like it's very peaceful because I guess at sunset you may have more distractions at sunset.
I think that's valid. I think
what about you?
Go ahead. When I think about sunrises, I kind of associate it with possibility. It just feels very like, oh wow, I could just like do anything today. Like I'm beating the sun right now. No one's outdoing me more because I'm beating the sun, but it feels very like there's a lot of possibility and you could just kind of do anything with your day. With sunsets, I associate it more with like nostalgia and kind of like old music, to be honest. I associate it kind of just with kind of looking back and being like, wow, today was a good day, wasn't it? So that's, I don't really prefer one over the other, but I do think that their associations are kind of, I like both of them that I have with them. So,
or at least, or whatever looks prettier that day, right?
Exactly.
Whatever you could take a picture of.
Exactly. Yeah.
You mentioned, do you listen to like older music? Or what type of music do you listen to?
Yeah, I listen to a lot of different kinds of music. When I was like a junior, senior in high school, I went through like a phase where all I listened to was like old 40s music. And I think I still love it. I love it. So I really like Louis Armstrong, Ella Fitzgerald, Duke Ellington. I actually have a record from Duke Ellington that I found at a old record store thing. I like, gosh, who else do I like? I like a lot. Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra, but yeah, just all of that. I really like it. And then I also listen to a lot of indie music. I listen to I listen to the Oh Hellos. I listen to but I also like R&B. I love SZA. Oh my gosh. Her album Control, just a masterpiece, an absolute masterpiece. Gorgeous. Yeah, I listen to a lot of stuff. So what music do you listen to?
Yeah, I don't listen to as much older music, but yeah, I don't listen as much older music, but definitely genres like all over the place.
Yeah.
Like it's always funny if I ever press like shuffle on my music, is like I just flip flop genres so much. But
Nice.
kind of like alternative, which is like really broad, indie. I listen to kind of newer artist bands, 21 Pilots, Coldplay, NF, Mumford and Sons.
Yeah.
Kind of alternative.
One of my favorite Mumford & Sons songs is There Will Be Time. It's just, I don't know, there's something about the way it's composed. It's just, it like hits you in the chest. It's really nice. I really like that one, but they've got quite a few that I like.
Yeah, they're really good at like building up the song. Like a lot of their songs, they just builds, and yeah, they're great. I like them.
Yeah, same here. So yeah.
Should we answer your more difficult question than you asked?
Yeah.
What's your favorite color?
My favorite color, green. I love green.
Yeah.
But not like, don't think like elementary green. Think like
a sophisticated green.
Yeah, I like a lot of different shades of green, but definitely not just the like construction paper green, you know? I like the dark emerald greens. I think that those are really pretty. I also like some of the lighter sage greens. Those are nice. And so I like a lot of the like variants that you get of green, but like the construction paper green is just kind of, I don't know. It feels aggressive, and it doesn't need to be because it's green. So
yeah.
What's your favorite color?
Do you like green kind of like because of nature too, or is it just something you've always liked the color green?
Yeah, I like green because it reminds me of spring, and like when the sunlight hits through the trees and they kind of glow. Yeah, that's like the best. That's the best.
Yeah, I definitely see that. That's the good part of it, like the sunrise runs when that sun hits like the trees and all this stuff. It's beautiful.
What's your favorite color?
For me, I don't know. I feel like I want to say the basic blue, but
like the color of your wall there?
Nah, it's pretty dark blue. I mean, I did that because I like the Dodgers, so it's like a Dodger blue.
Nice.
But I think like blue, like a lighter blue, actually, like kind of the sky almost.
Nice, pretty. Dodgers. That's baseball.
Baseball, yes.
Yes. So, did you play baseball? Do you just follow the Dodgers?
I did play baseball that was my first sport I did. It was like, I did baseball for like 6 years or so, up to like freshman year in high school. And then after that, I mean, I still watch baseball, but after that, I switched over to running for 1 year in high school. And then I didn't actually start running like more competitively till after high school.
That's cool. I actually played softball until my freshman year, and then I joined the track team my sophomore year. And then I got such bad shin splints that I vowed that I would never do that again.
Shin splints are awful. I'll tell you that. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Okay, guys, let's take a quick break before you go on.
Okay.
We're going to mix it up a little bit. You guys are doing awesome, by the way. And the threading, you guys just nailed it. So in these last 5 minutes before we go, I want you guys to play a little game, this little exercise. And anybody who's watched mock dates before, I usually do this with you guys. It's called assumptive questions. And this is a great way to get the conversation flowing even more easily and more fun. And basically ask questions the same way that you guys are, by threading and then asking a question, if they like something. But this time when you ask, like, for instance, Milena, when you saw his blue wall and you said, "Oh, do you play baseball?" That was an assumptive question. But what I'd like you guys to do is to make them a little more fantastic and make them a little more even unlikely. And play that game with yourself where you're saying, like, okay, what's the more ridiculous assumptive question that I could ask, where it's not so ridiculous that, like, it's completely out of the scope of reality, but still a little wild, a little silly. And basically just keep asking questions to each other in that way, using threading as the way to ask a question. Cool?
Can you give an example?
Yeah, like, are you a are you a lumberjack at all? Just on your wall, I see, like, is that some sort of, like, dead part of a Christmas tree or something?
That?
Yeah, right there.
No, that's lavender.
Oh, you know what also reminds me of is, like, I don't know, I think, like, a what's his name? The guy that directed Edward Scissorhands. It looks like an animal from one of those movies. But anyway, asking you if you were a lumberjack, and then I would maybe say something like, "Would you ever be a lumberjack?"
Okay, cool. All right, cool.
And so it just is whatever jumps into your head based on the context of the conversation, and then just take it to a little bit of a ridiculous level. So, like, for instance, you asked, "Do you play baseball?" You could say, "Oh, were you ever a professional baseball player?" Or, "Did you ever hit a home run when you were in Little League? And if so, were you really popular that week in school?"
Okay.
So you're allowed to kind of take them to, like, a ridiculous narrative level. And it's okay that the answer is no, because what usually happens is you get a special answer regardless. Cool?
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
Go for it, guys.
Yeah.
So you played baseball. What position did you play?
Yes. I played, for the most part, second base or outfield.
Okay. So that makes you a really good sprinter.
Maybe, possibly.
Possibly?
I would consider myself a good runner, good sprinter still.
Of course. Okay. So
Yeah.
did you ever catch a line and drive?
Yes, I caught a line drive before.
Okay. So does that mean you have really fast reflexes?
Yes.
Have you ever considered being a first responder?
Good question. First responder. I think I have. I have considered it.
So let's pause real quick.
Yeah.
So, Milena, if you ever find yourself kind of running a question train like that, what you could do is you could kind of, like, rephrase it in a way that enables them to open up more. So it's like, have you ever considered being a first responder? Okay, what would you do if blah, blah, blah happened? And so that kind of gets them to answer it in a more open way. Make sense?
Huh.
But you are, like, doing perfectly. Okay, so keep going.
Yeah.
Okay.
Doing great.
Thanks. Thanks. So if you were a first responder, What would you do if a kid, like cat, was caught up in a tree, but they couldn't tell their parents? So like, you know, you have to be subtle about getting the cat. Like, how would you handle that?
Option would be to climb the tree. I think I could be a decent climber. I think I could climb and get it.
You can climb up and get it.
Hopefully. Yeah.
Decent
I just would
climber.
hope it doesn't. I would just hope it doesn't scratch me.
Right.
But yeah.
Of course.
All right, now Michael, now it's your turn, Mike.
Let my dog out. So think of your question, Michael. I'm here.
All right.
Okay. So let's see. The dog you have is new, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Marlo.
How old is it again?
He's 3 months old.
3 months.
Yeah.
And how would you consider yourself to be as a pet owner? Like, would you consider yourself a good mother to the dog?
Yes, I would. I consider my dogs like, I consider them I would be their aunt. I'm not really their mom. I'm like their aunt. Okay. I'm like the cool, fun aunt. I kind of let them be curious when we go on walks. So I would consider myself a good pet caretaker, parent, whatever, because I'm patient. I always look up questions, and I kind of just let them, I don't know, like obviously I teach them manners, I teach them how to sit, I teach them how to stay, but I also like let them be a dog. Like if they want to sit on a walk, like they just want to sniff a tree for like 3 minutes, like I'm like, all right, like cool, do that, have fun. So
would you ever dress up your dog? And if you had to dress him up for Halloween, what would you dress him up as?
Okay. I would not dress up my dog for like any random day. If it was Halloween, maybe, you know, like, okay, I can get behind Halloween. I can get behind that kind of costume. If my dog needed a sweater because it was cold, okay, fine. Or like one of those little like support jackets, or like, I'm, you know, I'd be fine with that. If I was gonna dress up my dogs for Halloween, I would, because I have two, I'd probably do like a duo, you know, like some kind of duo, maybe an iconic duo. I need like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of like a super, like Batman and Robin, you know, like a classic duo. If I get like, I don't know, like 4 other dogs, I could probably do all of the Avengers. So that might be in the works.
Would you dress up with them?
Maybe. I don't know. Like if we did a trio, we could be like the Powder Puff Girls, or Charlie's Angels, or the Witches of Macbeth. Yeah, there's, you know, classic trios. That could be a thing.
It'd be a good photo.
Yeah. When was the last time you dressed up for Halloween?
I usually don't dress up for Halloween, but something that I do actually for some of my Spartan races is actually I do face paint for my Spartan races.
Okay.
So I do dress up sometimes for my races. I like doing face paint for some reason. It's a cool way to start the day, like kind of like face paint, where I call it war paint.
Would you wear makeup? Because that's like the same thing.
And kind of the same thing, but face paint. And I just, to make it sound cool, I say war paint.
Right. But you know, like it's kind of like when you said like, it's nice to put it, you know, put it on and get ready. Like I was like, same. I do the same thing.
Yeah. I've made jokes with my teammates, like I'm going to be the one that takes the longest to get ready in the morning.
Yeah.
But
okay.
Yeah, it's a lot of work getting it right. So always respect the girls. Makeup and stuff.
Eyeliner is tricky, my dude. Tricky.
Cool. Let's stop right there, guys. You did amazing. I'm gonna clap it up for y'all. Everybody in the live chat, please clap it up for these two amazing people as well. That was so fun to see. So, Michael, how was that for you?
Yeah, it felt good. I think, definitely at first, maybe a little bit more in my head, nervous. Then I just try to be more present and just have the things come out easier. So
Yeah.
it was definitely good practice.
Cool. And what was the last date that you've been on? How long ago?
For me, I went on a date end of December.
Got it. And how was it for you, Melina?
It was fun. I was definitely nervous at 1st, and then I just I was glad that you gave us the tip about threading and assumptive questions, because I was like, I hate when it's like the awkward silent thing, and we're both like, I know that you know that we both know that we want to continue talking, but neither one of us knows what to do right now. So that was really helpful.
Well, I mean, you guys really did take my advice and use it to its fullest potential. Like, it was so great watching you guys do that. So I'm so glad. And also, how did the assumptive questions feel?
I liked them. I liked it. They felt fun, but I felt it was hard to think of them. Like, for me at least, like, really? I was like trying.
So weird, because it looked like you were a complete natural, actually. I was like, every time you came up with something, I was like, great. How is she doing this? Where is this coming from? So that's surprising that you say that, because on the outside, it seems like you're a natural.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. And Michael, I think you did really well too. Like, when you got into like the Halloween costumes, that was really great. And so what I'd love is also, do you guys have any questions for each other?
Did you have fun?
I did. It was lovely talking to you.
It was nice talking to you.
I was watching the podcast, and I was thinking about coming on today, but I was like, I finished like my workout late, and I was like, I'll just watch it. And then I saw that you needed a mock date, and I was like, I just started scrambling to get stuff together, because you seemed really chill, cool personality. You're beautiful. So I was let me hop on, have a conversation.
Yeah, well, thank you. Yeah, I had a lot of fun talking with you. It was nice. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. And also, lastly, tell each other like one compliment about each other that you learned in the mock date.
I appreciated how thoughtful you were with your questions, and you were very attentive, and you listened well.
I was the same for you. Like, you're very I loved your answers. You're very open-minded. Seemed like a very deep person with a lot to say. So it was fun talking to you.
Same here. Thank you.
Awesome. And I'd love for you guys to come back on, do more mock dates. You guys are both super charming, so it was so great watching you guys interact. It's so fun, especially, during a pandemic where it's less likely that this type of stuff happens. It's fun to just kind of flex your muscles and chat with somebody new once in a while. So yeah, thank you guys so much for coming on. And you're always invited. And don't ever feel like, and I say this to everybody, don't ever feel like, oh, I already did it, so I don't want to do it again, because people will think like I'm a hog. This podcast is so new that not a lot of people know about it yet. So you are doing us a service by coming on multiple times. And most people do come on multiple times. So yeah, thank you so much, guys. Anything you want to say before you go?
Thank you both. Thank you, Anthony, for having me in.
All right,
Thank
guys.
you for the conversation.
All right, you have a good night. I hope to see you all again. Bye. Yo, were they not the most charming, both of them? That was awesome. This is why I love the podcast, because I get to keep meeting new people. And you guys get to keep meeting each other. And that's what it's all about here on Bader's Podcast, everybody. I want to build a community here. And as I said before, damn, I keep looking at it. This is new. A little pimpy. As I said before, in the description, there's the Reddit link. And you guys could go into the Reddit and, post stuff. Talk about stuff. you know, if you wanted to talk about something that happened in a recent stream, or talk about, for instance, talk about something that happened in a mock date, or something that somebody asked to me, and you want to talk about it more, feel free to do that. If you want to post links, this here is supposed to be a community. That's the whole point of what I'm doing, is I want to help people with relationships. And so why not build a community around it as well? Yeah. I want to thank you guys so much for coming on today. As you could see, it's difficult to get people on mock dates. So guys, be brave. I believe in you. Everybody here is loving. Everybody here is accepting. This is not a bullshit red pill place where everyone's judging each other in terms of a value hierarchy. Yeah. This is all love here, guys. Thank you so much for coming on. I'll be back on Thursday for more mock dates, for more question and answers, and dating stories. And we're going to, you know, we'll have some topics. And I'm also constantly trying to bring on guests because I love interviewing people, just love chatting with people. So if you have anybody in mind that you'd like me to bring on that isn't like super famous, because nobody super famous is going to come on here, put it in the Reddit or DM me, and also contact them, because it's more likely they'll come on if you tell them to come on rather than me inviting them. Yeah. So I'm so glad to be back. I was a little anxious to get started back because, you know, building that momentum back into normal life again outside of just being like a glutton for the past 2 months. Yeah, but I'm back on track. I'm glad you guys are here. You make me happy, everybody. I see all of the clappy claps for Michael and Elena. All right.